Buddy, hopefully everyone's having an amazing day today. This is, wow, another great week here. We had an incredible ending of the month last month, one of the best we've ever had, which is exciting. And it's only going to get better because this week we are on schedule, I think, as of right now, to release Canvas Plus, the new part of collaborators with all of the amazing permissions. The connections to social media and doing the one click there and getting this to be by far the best creative suite of AI apps in the whole world. And you guys are about ready to get the rest of it. So super excited about tonight to share that with you. But we also had an incredible FlexCast, and I'd love to go through what we did last week. So we can talk about what we're going to do this week too. But if you don't join on Saturday mornings, and I know it's early for some people, but I make a sacrifice every day to make sure that I'm there, and then I can get my day going. And I love to start my day with FlexCast. It's one of my favorite things to do, and it just getting that week started or the weekend started, and you just got some good positive vibes going. It's fun, and you get to learn something new. And this week we had Dwayne Morton on, and we talked about music and how he uses it and how he's used it with other people and how it's impacting lives. I mean, it really is. It's very rare that you get to see like a technology like this that's truly impacting lives, but it is. And it's RUBI music just opens up a way for other people to communicate and that they never have been able to do so. And it does impact people, whether it's an emotional thing for that or if it's a meme. It's a way of creating emotion. So let's kind of go through a few of the things here. I have to share my screen. And by the way, how you doing, Corey? You feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm here.
Okay.
More than that, you'll be out.
Okay. Just got me worried a little bit. So I hope everyone had a great weekend, by the way. I think that one of the things that is always good on Mondays is to kind of reflect a little bit about last week, and obviously get what's going forward for this week. But last week, we had some things that were released. We had some major hurdles to overcome. And when you're doing something that no one's ever done before, you have hurdles that you find that you didn't know. But really what matters is how do you tackle that hurdle, and how do you get over it, and how do you proceed? And where there's a will, there's a way. And that's kind of the way that we look at things at the corporate level. And we were pushed through so many amazing things last week. And so actually right now, I believe, and I'm not positive, but I know that we're on staging right now, and we might be going to production right now with our fix. And so if that's the case, we'll be set to go to get the Mid-Journey issue figured out. And it's actually not just a Mid-Journey issue. It was a way that we were processing things that are in the background, so you don't have to sit there and wait. That's what the actual issue is. And as we are getting more people on and the more that we get going, that has done a lot of issues that we need to tap into. So anyway, let's get going with our let's see here, share screen, and I want to go to this deck right there. Let me push this forward. And let's kind of just go through the updates real quick. Obviously, always things I always say every time we start is to go into Flex Connection, make sure all new people who are getting in are getting pushed into Flex Connection. This is an amazing community, and this should easily be to hit 1,000 people here over the next 2 weeks. I believe that we're getting ready to hit some major momentum that you're going to need to be a part of. So make sure they're getting here so that people who get in that have questions or want to, expand on their capabilities, this is a great place for them to do that. Now, as I said before, Flexology this week in FlexCast was about RUBI music, and we went with Dwayne Morton, who has played with this for so much time and has done some incredible things with RUBI music that he just brought a lot to the table. So go and watch FlexCast. It's on YouTube. That is youtube.com/@myflexai, and you'll go find the latest live event, and you'll find this on there. And it's really important because he's not just talking about the ways that you can do it, but why you do it and how it's impacting people. And I think that's always good to know. Now, another thing that we slipped in on FlexCast, if you haven't watched it yet, was we actually gave you a little bit of a look of Canvas Plus. And it was just a little bit to say, hey, this is how it all kind of works and functions. We're going to go into a deep training here. Probably in 2 days, we'll do a deal where everyone can jump in if they want to watch it, just to get trained on how to use it. If you've never edited videos before or been in a design editor where like Canva, then there's some things you're going to learn. But this is a bigger editor on the video side than maybe you're used to in Canva, so you'll get some things there. But it's very integrated. And that was really what we wanted to kind of show just a little bit through a quick video, just how it was going to function and how easy it is. Everything's in real time, so you're able to push things around, move things in, lengthen out the clips, shorten the clips. Whatever it is that you're looking to do, add your titles, add your graphics, whatever it is that you're wanting to be able to do, you can do it, you can play it, and it's just right there in your browser. Okay, so it's a browser-based editor where you're not having to download any software, you're not having to go and wait for it to do all this long-term rendering while you're sitting there waiting. It's using the resources that are right inside the browser to do all this. And so you're going to be able to actually do a lot of amazing things with this. From stickers, you can upload any kind of like the RUBI AI logo, your virtual studios that you want to put on your images, you'll just drop right here. You'll do that. You'll be able to send them out as a video or as a image. You'll be able to do all that. But one of the things that we were wanting to get to everybody to see it was just kind of the motion and how it works with the drawer. And then you can open and save and export. And like all these things are right here, where you don't have to worry about having to start over. And that was one of the things we talked about when you talked about projects, is that we don't want you to have to get going, build something, and then it's rendered out, and then you walk away. That's kind of the way a lot of these things are. Like even the one push button type things where it builds the whole video for you. Well, you get what you get. That's what it is. Then you have to go rebuild the whole thing all over again. And that's not going to be the case here. You're going to be able to edit this and make it the way you want. And again, we talk about AI being good, but you and AI being great. And this is where you start to separate yourself away from those who are just using the one push button build. And this is why it's important that we keep pushing that forward with the idea of you plus AI. All right, so we're going to do more of this. If you actually will look over onto the Flex connection, you're also going to see that I pushed up a little bit there, a little video there that you can see how the changing between the images and the videos and all that stuff is there. And you can see how easy it is to insert things that you created. Well, it's right here, right? I can go find an image that I wanted, and I literally can just click on insert. You'll see this new little button. That's going to show you that it's been inserted now, and I can use that in whatever I'm building. I want to click that into the the canvas that I want to build on. I can just click on it, and it's going to drop into the timeline. Now, videos will work the exact same way. You can go into your gallery, you can find what it is and insert it. And if you go and look in your project, it's already there because you've inserted it. So now it's already there. If you go to audio or video clips, you're going to see your video clip and you can drop it right into the canvas and start using it. Guys, this is on everything. Your video lab, your image lab, your voice lab, music. Create your music right here in the drawer. Like you won't have to leave a screen to come back. You'll be able to do it all while you're in the editor. So you want a new music drop, just create it. If you want to do the vocals, it's okay. Just click on vocals and you create the vocal track. If you have a vocal track there, you just insert it. You'll see a little, action that is now called insert, and that drops the music clip into your audio files. Now you have that, and you can just drop it right into the timeline. Very easy. Same thing with your voiceover. You want to drop that in, just look for a little insert button. You can click it right there after you've gotten your voice recorded, and it's sitting into the right hand side of history. You can click the insert, and now you have your audio file, your voice file there. You can change those around. You can update them. Guys, this is the piece that makes it all work together. This is what's going to make your life, creating social media and all of those little things that you want to do quickly. That's where it all comes together, and it does it in seconds for you guys. And here's the good news. We're just hours away. It might be 48, it might be 72. We're hours away from pushing this to the market for you guys to have your hands on. Now, I will say that I believe tomorrow I will be inviting a handful of people to jump in, and I will do some training. And my dogs are all excited about that. We will do some training, and then we'll start building out, just kind of like we did before we did a release. We got all the video pieces together, right? Well, this is going to be the video and the design editor. And I'm also going to tell you that we have another editor that we didn't make much mention of. We weren't sure if we were going to put it in now or if we were going to wait until fourth quarter, but we're dropping it in right now. And I think we'll have it within a couple of weeks. And that is our photo editor that will be able to do all of those things that you want to do, from stylization and changing gammas and changing all the colors and saturate, all the things that you would love to do, like in a Photoshop app where you can move those things and do the structures. All that will also be built in. And that will be in your image lab. So you'll have your image enhancements that will do like the replace backgrounds or replace objects, but then you'll also take and make the little final tweaks of putting the right colors in, maybe changing colors because you wanted it to go purple instead of blue. And all those things will be built in as our photo editor, all built into Image Lab. And of course, Image Lab is built into the editors. And so you'll be able to use all of these together to create whatever it is that you're looking for. And then from that point, we'll start focusing on workflow automation and getting closer to market. So that's where we're headed. It was an exciting week for us to be able to bring this in. I think it's the game-changing piece that pulls it all together. How cool is this going to be for you to make your music videos, to take your coolest images that you've created? And think about this, guys. So the editor that we're pushing together here is the same editor that I used to go and create the RUBI Virtual Studio video that's out there. Now, there's one more piece that will come at the end of August that is not part of the Voice Lab yet, but Revoicer is also coming. That's our dubbing application where you can take any video or audio and you can load it up, select your target language and the source language, and it will actually go ahead and create those. If it's a video, it will replace the audio on the video, and you'll have a ready video to go out to market. And I am glad to say that they actually have just extended out the time up to 10 minutes now. I'm sorry, from 10 minutes up to 2.5 hours. So now you can use long format podcasts. Now you can do stuff like that. Yes, it takes time for those long formats, but it's nice to be able to do it, walk away, and we will alert you by email when those are finished and ready for you to use. So lots of amazing things coming in just, the next few weeks. So I guess the main thing is just pay attention, stay alert to emails and the Flex connection for sure. That's where we'll be the first place that we're going to do everything. And if you guys are looking now, I have just been told Midjourney is working now on production. So you guys are good to go on that. And I do want to say one thing about Midjourney, just because we get a lot of this over the days. If you're finding out that you're finding an error on Midjourney, where it's not really doing anything for you, it says it's failed. 99% of the time, that's because you have an illegal prompt. And so we're putting some stuff in there in the next release, this 8.8 release, that will let you know, and there'll be a link to go find it. But if you're looking for illegal band, just go in and put Midjourney illegal band words. It'll give them to you. You can do that right inside of Ruby with Cohere and chat with search. You'll be able to get all those, and just make sure none of your words are there. And also Midjourney does something a little bit even beyond just the words, and sometimes they'll look at the premise of the context of how you're writing it. So if it's about gore or sexual things, or if it's going into even violence, more than likely you're going to get flagged on that. And so it's not an open system at Midjourney. They close it, they keep it pretty tight. So try to find other ways around it. And there's some workarounds that you can find if you just go and do Google Midjourney workarounds. Instead of saying maybe killed, or cutting edge, the word cutting can't be used. So cutting edge will also get banned, which is, they go, well, that's crazy. Well, I know it is, but that's how they have it, right? And so you can use something like high tech. You have to just kind of work around those things. But if you're getting that, look to those things, because that will be one way that you can kind of push yourself out and get some stuff there. So anyway, Corey, thank you for everything you're doing. We got some amazing stuff coming up. And actually, one of the big things actually we're going to be pushing out this week too is, I don't know if you're working on mobile. Our app is not a mobile app. It's a web app. And so it's designed for the web. However, we want it to be used on mobile as much as possible. I will tell you that our design editor will work just fine in the mobile side. Our video editor will not work at all. It will not work at all in mobile. You'll have to be on a tablet. Now, you can turn your phone sideways and you can get it to work there. And so you can do it that way. Obviously, the screen's a little smaller. When we go with our mobile app, which is, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's a big undertaking. It's going to be end of first quarter before we get to that. But it'll have its own editor built into it, just like you see in CapCut or any of those other ones. It'll be just like that built into the mobile app. But we're doing the web app first, and we need to get this done. So we're going to get this out first. Once you start to play with it, even on the sideways version of your phone, though, it's going to be great. But IntelliChat is always a tough one. There's a lot going on in IntelliChat to get it all into one little mobile screen. So you got modules, you got personas, you got all these things going on. And so we have really been addressing that over the last couple of days and getting a really good version of that. And I think you're going to see that in the next couple of days, maybe with this 8.8 release as well. So lots of good things happening. Keep going, doing the great things that you're doing. And if you've got anything else that you would love to see, we are going to be getting up in a Flex Connection, a post like where you can leave it pinned and we can just go up and add some suggestions. Now, if your suggestions are, hey, have you seen this? Have you done this? I want to do this. That's great. Just have some ideas that, they're not going to happen tomorrow, but we love the suggestions to see where we're going in our roadmap. And so, as you can tell, we've moved the RUBI Assistant up. And so that's already live. Inside of RUBI Assistant, we now have a couple of releases there where we're bringing Vision into the RUBI Assistant. So you actually have RUBI IntelliChat essentially everywhere throughout the entire application. We're also doing speech to text inside of RUBI Assistant. And so that will be just about anywhere that you can fill in that stuff. You can just, boom, just go right into, the speech to text. So all that stuff happening. Third quarter is all about workflow automation, and the closer. Fourth quarter, first quarter, all about going mobile. So that's where we are today, guys. Have a lot of fun with what we're having. Get ready for this week's release of Canvas Plus, the new collaboration permissions. It's going to give you so much more control over what you can do with bringing collaborators in. By the way, if you don't know, I'll just make a quick statement about it since we're just 23 minutes in. Look for this in the collaboration permissions. Number one, you can turn on and off any feature you want for each of your collaborators. So if you want them to only be able to do, IntelliChat, then you can turn them on to that, and they can block them from Image Lab and Voice Lab and Video Lab. You can block them from all from that. Or you can let it have access to everything, and you can put a words limit and a credit limit. And so what it's going to do is once they've used that much, they're turned off. You're going to have to go back in and add more to that your collaborator so you can control how much usage is being done. But all that's going to be in control for you, so that you guys can bring in these collaborators and stay in control of what's actually happening. So that's coming. The ability to share and post it right up into your social media, that's going to be incredible. I think there's 10 different ones that you're going to be able to post to. And then, as we get going into closer, we'll bring out the scheduler and all that stuff that goes with it. It's going to be insane when that gets going, but that's going to be a little different deal, and we'll talk about that later as we get closer to it. But this is going to be amazing. You guys have a great week all over the world. I appreciate you jumping in at all these weird times. And let's just have an incredible week and get people ready to come in on Thursday for a vision cast that might be the explosion of your life for this background, for this software, to get it all going as the biggest game changer to come, to put it all in one place and push it out to market.